I don't ever want to hear Republicans criticizing Democrats for spending too much money. Okay, Trump's so-called big beautiful bill has passed. The House signed off on it. It's going to Trump. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, if you believe them, this bill is going to create $3.4 trillion. Now, what Trump is banking on is that these tax cuts is going to generate more revenue. It's going to create economic growth. And if you have economic growth, you get more money through the tax revenue. That's his strategy. But they're actually going to raise the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. $5 trillion. What's the point of having a debt ceiling if you keep raising the debt ceiling? It's not truly a ceiling. But anyway, Medicaid, there's going to be cuts to who has access to Medicaid, cuts to SNAP, the food stamps, basically. We have way too many able-bodied men in this country pulling from those programs. People claiming that they have a psychological disability. Now, some people may truly have a psychological disability, but a lot of people are exploiting that. I've seen that a lot. It's in many different communities. But anyway, the standard deduction is going to increase by $750. So when you at tax time, you will get a little bit of a break. The child tax credit is actually going to increase by, it's going to go up to $2,200. But I think there's a limit for the amount of time in which that goes up. I think it goes up only up till 2028. We just know that. Anyway, tax on tips. So if you are getting taxed on your tips, at least at the federal level, you don't have to worry about, at least you're going to get a significant reduction, if not a complete elimination of that tax. So that's pretty good for them. $50 billion in funding for the new additional $50 billion in funding for rural hospitals and Medicaid. So, it makes sense for Trump to support the rural areas, but I think I've seen so many rural communities where like the entire economy just depends on Medicaid. Because Medicaid is how people get access to health care in those areas, because they don't have a lot of good jobs. They don't have a strong enough economy for a good middle class. And as a result, you have these big hospitals in these rural areas, and they are the big employer for everybody in those areas. And then you have all these other businesses that depend on the hospital workers doing business with them. And you have everybody, if you shut down Medicaid for them, it would just be a massive ripple effect. What? Millionaires are restricted from receiving unemployment benefits. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Oh, my goodness. Apparently they're going to also provide some consequences for states that have a high payment error rate when it comes to Medicaid and other stuff like that. So a little bit of accountability there. So I'm hoping that this bill is able to create growth in the economy, and that's how they're going to be able to get more revenue. That's how it's going to make more sense. That's what they're strategizing. And that's why the CBO is saying that this is going to cost a lot of money because they're cutting taxes here and here and here. But they're not accounting for growth that's going to be created. Now, Trump had some success with this in his first term, so I'll give him that. They still have to make significant cuts. I mean, they're going to have to learn to make some significant cuts, but politically it's just not, they're not willing to do so. Anyway, as far as gun owners, there's nothing in it for us at all. There were some provisions in this bill at one point where they were going to eliminate short barrel rifles and suppressors from the National Firearms Act. Didn't happen. Only thing we have is they eliminated the tax. So when you try to get an SBR or short barrel rifle, you apply for that. You got to do the paperwork with the ATF. The only break you're going to get out of this is that, okay, now you don't have to pay the $200 tax. Now, when they first implemented this, nearly a century ago, it was a big deal. $200 was a lot of money back then. Now it's not so much. That's never been a big obstacle for me when it came to SBRs and silencers or suppressors. It's never been that $200 tax. I just don't want to have to register. I don't want to have to deal with the ATF like that. That's always been the biggest obstacle. I didn't want to have to wait. I just didn't like all that whole process. It's the restrictions in place. That's still going to stay in place. I mean, now you just don't have to worry about the $200 tax tab. which could be an issue if somebody wanted to challenge the NFA. They can say that, hey, well, since there's no longer any tax money involved, maybe this is just straight up an infringement of the Second Amendment. That could be something that could happen, but when it comes to the federal level, I don't expect anything from the Republican Party. Now, at the state level, we've been seeing some great progress. Constitutional carry in Georgia and a lot of states, Texas, a lot of states, Kentucky. So that's been awesome. So at the state level, the GOP gets a lot done. At the federal level, you're not going to get anything. Now, I hope this doesn't stop them from going ahead with a new bill. I want to see a National Firearms Act of 2025 where they have nationwide constitutional carry. They remove SBRs from the NFA, and they remove short barrel rifles. They remove suppressors from the NFA. That would be an awesome bill. Do I think the Republicans actually have the balls to actually put something like that forward? No. I could be wrong. I'm hoping they prove me wrong. I have very, very low expectations from the GOP. At a certain point, they got to wonder, are they going to lose enough voters for it to really matter? Because, if you're not going to do anything for us at the federal level, then, why should we vote for you? Anyway, I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. I hope you have a great holiday. I'll be at work, of course, but hey, I don't really celebrate holidays that much. I don't live anywhere near family, so I'm just pretty much by myself, and I like to at least work on these holidays so it gives my staff an opportunity at least most of them, an opportunity to be with their family and enjoy their holiday. So it is Friday, so I want the staff to be able to enjoy this. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a peaceful 4th of July. I'm definitely going to avoid big crowds. I definitely read some weird stuff about bio threats. Anyway, I'm not going to freak out about that. I'm just going to enjoy life as much as I can. Anyway, guys, I just saw this movie, Ice Road. You remember that movie, Ice Road? They did a sequel. It's called Ice Road Vengeance. It was better than I thought. It starred Liam Neeson. I actually enjoyed that movie. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to see Jurassic Park, which I know is slop. Jurassic World Rebirth. I was about to say something else, but anyway, just put dinosaurs in the movie and it's going to be a big hit, no matter what. You don't need a plot or anything. Just dinosaurs, family, but it's PG-13, so they're not going to go hardcore with it. Like, hey, do the type of things that would realistically happen if you had kids in a dinosaur movie. What the heck was that? Anyway, enjoy your 4th of July. Thanks, guys.